Hey guys, Bobby here with my friend Patrick James from Swagger Social, and we are going to create a little video today and answer a topic that I think a lot of guys run into. And the reason that I asked Pat to join me for this one is because he's one of the few guys I know who's still crushing it out in bars, out in clubs, out at, and that's still his bread and butter, whereas a lot of guys have moved on to Tinder and whatnot. And I think that you're going to get a lot out of this, because the question that I've gotten recently is, how do I know when I'm talking to a girl when to move it to the point, or when she's ready to give me her phone number? How do I know? Because most of my conversations don't go anywhere, and I get that question a lot. And Pat, first off, thank you for joining me, and so I'd like to get your opinion on this.
Yeah, well, first off, thanks for having me, and I really like that you kind of said that, because, like, you're right, like, a lot of what you guys are teaching nowadays is, like, Tinder, texting, online dating, and even you guys are, like, more, how do I get a girl to think about me when I'm not around? So yeah, like, I like this question about getting numbers. A few thoughts come to mind at first is, like, the one thing that, a mutual friend, Rob Judge, always teaches is, like, the only reason you should be getting a girl's number in the first place is if, like, you want to see her again in the future. Like, a lot of guys think, like, that's the end game. Like, holy shit, I got her number, like, look at me,
Yeah.
And I'm like, numbers aren't a big deal to me unless, like, I know that it means that I'm going to be seeing her in the near future. Like, I want to see her again. So I guess, like, the good part of this question is, like, how do you know what part of that conversation that you need to, like, go for the number? And I would say, like, honestly, when I'm vibing with a girl and I'm talking to her in a bar or even, like, anywhere, like, and I'm just meeting her, I'll literally, like, stop the conversation, like, mid-conversation, like, at a high note, and be like, I'm really enjoying talking to you, and I'm not trying to get rid of you, but, like, just give me your number just in case, like, your friends pull you away or we get separated or something. And then she's like, oh, okay, because it's on a high note, And I think, you can even elaborate on this, but a lot of guys wait until that awkward silence and the lull, like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to go now, like, number?
Yeah, no, and I think there's a couple of reasons why that's so great. What he said, one is that it's a high note. Definitely, she's going to be way more interested when the conversation's going good than when it's, like, that awkward at the end, like, scurrying. Just same thing with a kiss. Like, when you wait to the end of the night to go for the kiss, just because it's now the end of the night, it's a lot harder, it's a lot more forced than if you just go for it when the moment was actually, calling for it. But the second reason why it's really good to do it that way is because we've all been there where, like, you're vibing with a girl and it's still going well, but then she's like, oh, my friend's over there, I gotta go talk to her, I'll be right back. And then, the one friend is, oh, we gotta go, and she grabs her and takes her out of there. And then you're like, shit. And now you gotta, like, Facebook stalk her and try, and it's like, this way at least you're sure you're gonna get it, it's going good. And it also gives you the opportunity to, like, kind of walk away for a little bit, know you've got it, you can always come back. That way, if it's early in the night and you don't want to kind of overstay your welcome, you have the ability to come back.
Exactly, and that's the thing I think a lot of guys don't realize in, like, a social setting. So maybe it's a networking event, one of your buddies' parties, or even a bar or nightclub, is, like, you can always see that girl again later on in the night. It's not like you have to, like, get up at bat and you're either going to strike out now or you're going to hit a home run. Like, you can, say, hey, I'm going to go talk to my friends, but, like, let's exchange numbers. We can link up later. And then a lot of times, like, maybe an hour later, if you guys are still at the same place, you can go back and talk to her. And now it's not even a cold approach anymore. It's like you guys are already starting with the underlying level of attraction and rapport.
Yep.
So I like that.
I guess the question I have for you then is, okay, so the conversation's going good. You want to do it on a high note. How comfortable for yourself, and also, I know you coach this with your students, when you bring your students out there, how do you kind of let them feel it out of, like, when do I know that she's really is interested in me versus she's just being polite? She's just talking to be nice, because if she's just talking to you and be nice, that's fine. You can keep going and eventually get her attracted. But if you ask her while she's just talking to be nice, she may still give it to you, or you might get the boyfriend excuse because she doesn't want to, like,
Yeah. I mean, so I like to come at this from the angle of, like, I'm a cool guy, and I'm just vibing with everybody. And the way I like to think about it, it's almost like this Taco Bell commercial that's really old. Is like the Taco 12-pack, and they would show, like, this boring party. Everybody's kind of bored. And then this guy would walk in with the Taco 12-pack, and everybody go, holy shit, the party arrived. And I literally named it. I call it the charisma mindset. If you just have, like, the mindset of, like, life is just one big party, and I'm just enjoying here in the moment, and wherever I am, that's my party. And I'm just trying to see if, like, all these people are, like, cool enough to be in my party, and if they want to join me for the fun. And so I think when you come at it from that mindset, you're not worried about like, okay, is she attracted to me? Like, should I get her number now? Now you're just vibing, and you know, like it gives you a lot more freedom. And I guess going back to like what you were asking me is like, what were you asking me again?
No, I said,
Right.
how do you know when it's time? But you actually brought up a
Yeah.
good point. Is that because I saw you last night? We were
Yeah.
out, and you know, at some point in the night, you were actually getting some girl's phone number, and you were actually just getting it, you were exchanging her face, something like that.
Yeah.
And you weren't even doing it because you were interested. You were just doing it because you were a fun social guy, and
Yeah.
you got it, and you're like, yeah, like and because you go out with that attitude of like a phone number or a Facebook
Yeah.
friends, it's not like it's not this huge deal to you.
Yeah.
So you're a lot more casual about it, and it comes across that way.
Exactly, and that brings me back to your question. I just remembered it. You were basically asking, how do you know when like she's attracted to you,
Okay,
at like
yeah.
what level? Going back to the charisma mindset, I always just assume that a girl's attracted to me. If she's standing here talking to me, that's like my red light or my green light to like just be like, hey, if I gotta go, or if I know that this conversation is not gonna continue for much longer, I'm literally just gonna be like exchanging numbers because it's already assumed that there's attraction and rapport there. And here's the thing: if you don't know and you just assume that there is, now you're capitalizing on your windows of opportunity if they do exist. And as a man, you're the one leading the interaction anyways. She's the one pinging off of you most likely. And so if you just always assume good things, positive things, it's going to work out for you a lot more than if you're trying to read into the signs and then you misread it and you go, oh, she's not into me. And then, what if she was? Now you just missed out on that opportunity.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great little piece of advice, and I think what you want to take out of this is a few things that I got out of this. Is one is that you want to not like be the guy going, I'm going to put this off because you're going to run the risk of her getting dragged away or just kind of forcing it. So you want to go for it on a high note.
Yeah.
You want to assume she's attracted to you, and you want to come at it from a very social mindset in general, where like you're not psyching yourself up when you do go for it because it's just natural for you. You're just the kind of person who's social with everybody, so that when you ask her for a number, it's not this like huge deal, and you're not like so worried about it because it's just part of who you are. Yeah, no, this is awesome,
Yeah.
and thanks for coming out to Jersey and doing this video
Yeah.
with me. Tell everybody where they can learn more about you, because I'm sure guys are curious.
Yeah, for sure. So I have a YouTube channel. If you want some free information, free videos like this, definitely check that one out. I'm sure you put the link to that. And I also have a blog if you want to check that out for more free information as well. It's called swaggersocial.com. So go over there and check that out. And I also have a free report on that blog if you want to learn some like actual lines and how to. It's like the top 9 conversation boosters is what I call them. So check that
Awesome.
out.
I highly recommend checking it out. I'll put a link for it below for you guys.